She is the first woman to give birth using a transplanted uterus, making her miracle number 6 on our countdown. Let's watch her story.
The first baby, a boy called Vincent, has been born in Sweden after his 36-year-old mother had a womb transplanted from a close family friend who had completed her family. She is part of a clinical trial of 9 women, 2 more of whom are due to have babies by the end of the year. The mother, whose identity has not been revealed, was born without a womb, a rare condition that affects 5,000 girls born in Britain each year. However, Dr. Brandstrom, of Sahlgrenska Academy at University of Gothenburg, in Sweden, said womb transplants could be offered to a much wider group of women who have lost their womb after suffering cancer or other diseases, complications after birth, and those who had deformed wombs or have adhesions or scars. He said even women who have suffered repeated miscarriages with no cause found could be offered the solution of a womb transplant. British doctors are due to submit documents for ethics approval to carry out the first 5 womb transplants here next year, and there are 60 women on the waiting list. The woman's mother had wanted to be a donor but wasn't a match. Instead, she received her new womb from a 61-year-old family friend, who had previously had 2 sons and has now been through the menopause. The womb donor is now baby Vincent's godmother, and her 2 sons have also come to visit the family. Brandstrom and colleagues transplanted wombs into 9 women over the last 2 years as part of a study, but complications forced removal of 2 of the organs. Earlier this year, Brandstrom began transferring embryos into the 7 other women, 2 of whom are more than 28 weeks pregnant. The women have all conceived through IVF, and Dr. Brandstrom told The Telegraph that due to the surgery it is impossible for them to conceive naturally. However, the women can have 2 babies this way before the uterus will be removed, he said. This is to minimize the amount of time they are taking powerful drugs to stop their bodies rejecting the organ rather than any stress on the womb itself. The women will be advised to wait no longer than 6 months between the birth of their first child and getting pregnant with their second. The drugs are taken continuously during pregnancy, and experience with kidney transplant recipients who have had babies shows that they do not affect the baby's growth or development. However, the babies born following womb transplants will all be followed up carefully for many years. The research was paid for by the Jane and Dan Olsen Foundation for Science, a Swedish charity, and the British operations will also be funded through charitable donations to womb transplant. Vincent was born early by caesarean section after his mother developed preeclampsia 32 weeks into the pregnancy and was admitted to hospital. Tests showed the baby was in distress, and the team took the decision to operate. They had planned to deliver the baby by caesarean at 34 weeks to avoid the woman going into natural labor, which placed unnecessary stress on the womb. He weighed 3.9 pounds, normal for that stage of pregnancy, and he was released from the neonatal unit 10 days after birth, according to details published in the Lancet Medical Journal. Dr. Brandstrom said that the success in Sweden will make it much easier for the British team to follow. Richard Smith, consultant gynecological surgeon at Queen Charlotte's Hospital in London, is due to submit for ethics approval in the next few weeks, and that the technique has already been proven, will make that process more straightforward.
When the baby came out by the cesarean section, it screamed almost immediately, and that is a good sign that the baby is doing fine. And of course that was a fantastic happiness among me and the whole team. But in the same time it was a little unreal sensation also, because we really couldn't believe that we had reached this moment. So I think this is not going to be routine clinical care or routine surgery until many, many years from now.
At the start of the show, I said it's a time for miracles. I hope you've been inspired and amazed by these medical miracles. That's it for our show today. Weren't this just amazing? As always, it's been great visiting with you. Until next time, this is Sonia Justice on the Real Nurses Talk Show. Happy holidays and bye-bye.
just keep smiling with my friends. I've been climbing this mountain every day, but I ain't too worried cause I made my pay.